Well, here we have the vintage cassette deck. This is a 4-track. It's a Clarion. It's called the XD5, or in this case, I guess it's what is it called itself? XD5 Anyway, this is a deck I bought a long time ago, 30 years ago, and I sold it about 30 years ago, and anyway, I bought it back, and it's got a problem. As you can imagine, it's been in storage for 30 years, so one of the things that's up with it is the tape transport. If I switch it on right now, there it goes, all the things lit up. I've got the door right there. I've taken that off so we can look at the mechanism, but okay, if we press play, it'll probably start, but it won't play very long. There, it's spinning up right now, but it'll slow down and eventually it'll stop. I just replaced the belts on it, but I think I should have replaced the idler wheel too. Anyway, I'll stop it and try fast forward. Yeah, that seems to work fine, but let's try a rewind. Oh, she's pretty sluggish on the rewind. It'll eventually stop anyway and won't play. Let's try play again. Oh yeah, well, it's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I'm going to be back in a second, and we're going to take it apart and change the idler wheel. Should have done that in the first place. Well, here we are. We're at the back of the unit now. As you can see, there's a little panel, which is kind of cool. As you can see, it's got 4 ins and 4 outs, plus a stereo out. Anyway, to take this thing apart, screw on each corner and 1 in the center of each side. Now, when we take the screws out, we're going to be removing the front panel. And now, with the screws removed from the back, the front panel is released. I should mention that you have to take all of the slider knobs off and the door as well. But anyway, it's released, and if we lift it up, the meters, the meter controls here on the left, they're held in, and they're holding the panel in, along with one connector to the main board down in there. Okay, so we'll do that and come right back. Okay, well, the meter assemblies have been taken off, so here they are. They just slide out of the way, which now allows us to take a look inside. And if we look down in there, whoops, there's the main plug. We release that, and we should be able to lift the panel clear. So there's the front panel, and we can see for the first time the innards of the unit. I'll come around and show it to you on this side. Here's the mechanism for the tape, and the rest of the stuff over on the right. Okay, so next thing to do is to disconnect and remove the tape unit to transport. Yeah, well, this is the tape mechanism, and it's held in by several screws. One here, another here, one I've just taken out there, another there, one here, one here and one down in there. I'm just going to take those out, and should be able to get some access to the player. I've also had to disconnect all of the connections to the main board over here in order to give me some room to move the deck out of the unit. Okay, well, I've separated the upper unit from the transport, and if we look inside, you can see some of the belts. The belts are all new, but that idler wheel right down inside there, let me see if we can zoom in on it a little. Not really. Oh yeah, there it is. Pretty hard to see down in there. Not much light. Anyway, that's the idler wheel. I'm going to attempt to take the tire off it and get it renew it. Okay. Well, here we are. We've got the deck, the upper and the lower. There's the upper part separated, and we're able to see inside to the transport. Now the belts are all new. I've just changed those, but that idler wheel right down in there, that's pretty glazed, and I really need to change that too. So that's what I'm going to have a go at right now. Well, I managed to get the idler wheel off. That's where she sits, right on there. I don't know what it's going to be like to put it back on, but we'll find out. Anyway, it is pretty glazed, and this is what we're looking at here. That's the idler wheel. Okay. Well, I was unable to get any new idler wheels, so what I ended up doing was treating it with lacquer thinner, hoping it would expand the rubber a little bit, and I also gave it a little rub over with some 400 emery. The main drum, which is just behind there, I don't know if you can see it, it's the big aluminum wheel there with the belt on it. I also cleaned that off and gave it a little rub over with some 400 emery. So as we couldn't get an idler pulley wheel rubber, I guess that's just going to have to do. I'm going to reassemble now and see how it works. Okay. Well, it's back together. So just have to replace the front cover now and reset the two view meters. Everything else is back, and hopefully, well, it will work. Well, okay, here comes the moment of truth. It's all back together. So let's stick a tape in there and see what happens. Oh man. Okay. So tape in and power her up. Okay. So let's take a look at this transport. Okay, so playing. Seems to be playing okay. I mean, okay, stop. Let's forward it. Yeah, it seems to be okay. It was a bit weak on the rewind last time, so let's see what happens now. Rewind. Well, it's still a bit weak. Well, That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. So let's just put her in play and go get a tape, I guess, and see if we've got any audio. Okay, let's give that a try. So there it is, the Clarion XD5 recording deck, circa 1983.